Hello everybody out there in YouTube world. This is Matt with Dingo Dog Daddy. Today I'm going to show you guys everything that I usually take backpacking with me. Obviously I do, leave some stuff behind according to where I'm going and when I'm going, and obviously I'll pick a couple things up too for colder weather and whatnot. But I did one last year, and since then I've kind of modified some of my setup and, always changing things to make it for a more pleasurable experience. So anyways, I'll just start right here and just work my way around the table. Typically when I go backpacking, I don't really like to hike a lot. I like to just go and set up a camp somewhere and really just enjoy the the base camp setup, and then just kind of hike around, build camp chairs, practice some bushcraft, and just have fun walking around and seeing the outdoors without having the load of a pack. So especially when you pack like I do, I usually have a pretty heavy backpack. So so obviously I pack some gloves since I'm working in the woods. Usually when I'm going to a campsite, sunglasses are good to have. Just a big charade knife that is good for like splitting logs or making whittling or doing anything like that. Leatherman wave I like to take with me for all around just setting up things, and you can set snares up, wire snares, and has a knife, a saw, all the essential stuff on there. This is a nice little Coleman flashlight. I think it's like a 55 lumens. The Petzl headlamp, some field notes in case I want to draw something up or keep score on rummy, or take notes on map reading or anything like that. Here I have a bunch of carabiners. Like I said, I do like a base camp, so I like to rig up all kinds of stuff, whether or not it might be a ridge line, a tarp, hanging a lantern, whatever it may be. I just, like to have a whole bunch of those for everything. And I even have the little S-beaners for, you could put these on, like, tethers on the end of every one of your flashlights. And since I sleep in a hammock, I usually set up a ridge line right through the top of my rainfly, and I'll hang stuff that I want to get to access quick, like a, knife, flashlight, whatever it may be, water bottle. Here's my little survival kit. It's not little, it's actually big, it's huge, it's really heavy. I have a whole bunch of galvanized deck nails in there, a whole bunch of smaller nails like that size right there, and they're good for, like I said, doing bushcraft if I want to nail together a lean-to. Or I watched a couple videos on, I think the guy's name is Red Fox or something, but he does these camp chairs that are really cool. They're like a tripod. Those turn out really cool. I'll probably do a part 2 to this of how my campsite looks set up. I'm going in a couple weeks to a friend's cabin, and I'll show you what one of those chairs looks like. So that's one side. I have some paracord, some bungee cord, little multi-tool, rubber bands. This is another cool little thing. Packed a whole bunch of these little eyelets in here. If I wanted to, I could make a fishing rod and use these as eyelets. Cool little tip that I picked up on the internet. On the other side, I take this kayaking with me too. So on the other side I have a whole bunch of hooks, assorted hooks and rigging gear, and some fishing, survival fishing stuff. 38 special safety whistle. 2 of those spent shells in there. They work real well as a safety whistle. You just blow across the top of them, and they make a loud noise there. A little P38 can opener. And then I just put this big old rubber band over top, which could be used as a slingshot if I wanted to. Over here I got some miniature playing cards. Those actually have been used quite a bit at the campsite. A little knot pro, or pro knot card that has like 12 different knots on there that are useful around the campsite. This is like a little survival pack too that I pack up. This has the some toilet paper, some fire starters, a lighter, waterproof matches, 3 extra batteries for my headlamp or flashlight. This is the black thing in the top right is a pretty decent little monocular signal mirror with some face paint, duct tape, and it all goes in a little ditty bag. Now right here, this little guy is a portable battery charger for cell phone, GPS, iPod, whatever it may be. And that goes with my phone. I usually don't take a big camera. I just take my phone, and it does real good pictures, and it has MP3 and all on it. This little survival bracelet right here I made. It's a fob really, but I just throw these on whatever. I have a whole bunch of them that I made, and it has 40 feet of Power Pro 15-pound test fishing line, 4 sinkers, and 2 pairs of different size hooks. One's like a big bass hook, and one's a small perch hook. So that's pretty cool. And I actually have it all braided into this survival bracelet that I wear as well. This one only has 2 hooks and 2 sinkers, but it still has a 40 feet of Power Pro. So that's pretty cool. Obviously a couple links of paracord for rigging stuff. This is a little E&O speaker, Eagle's Nest Outfitter. You can put your cell phone or iPod in there, and it plays music pretty loud. It'll go for 2 AA batteries. Will probably play for 24 hours. Some personal hygiene stuff, and then we go to my camping, kitchen, I guess you could say. Really cheap little setup. I don't go, like I said, I don't go ultralight or anything like that. I just go with cheap. So this whole setup with the burner, the gas can, the light my fire fork and spork, and everything. It's probably about 55 or 60 bucks. So it's all purchased at Walmart, real cheap. So you can't beat it. I mean, this boils 16 ounces of water in about 4 minutes on a cold night. So, I mean, I can't complain with that. Nalgene bottle. This is like if I were going for probably about 3 nights, that'd be, more than enough food for me for 3 nights. It has several of these Coleman, MRE meals, which I find really good, and they have not a real big selection like at Mountain House, but you can get them at Walmart for about $5, and they're a lot cheaper than going to REI and try to pick them up there. So, anyways, that worked out good for me. My first aid kit is very, very extensive. I mean, I have everything in there from emergency blankets to gloves, Tylenol, anti-diarrhea, sutras, gauze pads, cold pack, everything. I mean, it is packed in here pretty good, and I always like to pack that because you never know when you're going to cut your finger off or something like that. My beautiful wife just got me this for our anniversary. It's a Cocoon travel pillow. The thing is awesome, super comfortable, and then that goes in, together with basically my whole sleeping system is like right over here. So I sleep in an E&O hammock, Eagle's Nest Outfitter hammock. It's a double nester. It's bad to the bone, really comfortable. My dog usually sleeps with me. And what I do is I set up a hammock. These are the Pro straps that tree huggers, Inside of here I also have 4 aluminum stakes for staking down my rain fly. This she got me as well just recently. This is a underbelly gear sling that you can actually hang underneath of the hammock, because when you're in the hammock most of the time you either have to hang your pack somewhere else to keep it off the ground, or lay it on the ground underneath you, and if it's wet or damp or whatever, then that's obviously a problem. So that's cool, because you could just reach out right up from underneath of your out of your hammock and grab whatever you want, whether or not it's a drink or, like I said, flashlight, knife, whatever you want. This is a cool little deal too from Eagle's Nest Outfitters. It is a pretty much like a Christmas tree light strand, and there's probably originally I think there was like 27 lights on here. The design wasn't that great because of the fact that I know you can't see that well, but the way that the solders were made were just like shrink wrapped, and they started to separate. So I actually took them all apart and cut that off, and then put hot glue on the end of every one of them, and made it work out real well. So it's actually even more durable than it was before. But that thing's awesome. You put that up in your ridge line inside your hammock, and it's really cool. So this is the rain fly for it. All in all, it's pretty light, but I mean, I'm talking about comfort, you know. Like I said, I'm not real worried about the weight of things. It's just comfort. I mean, I'm a pretty big guy, so I can carry a heavy pack. I'm 230 pounds at 6'2", so I don't mind carrying a 50-pound pack if I have to. This is my MSR Mini Waterworks, I think is the model of it. And also inside of here I have a purple 3-liter MSR bladder. And the cool thing is that this will actually screw right to the top of your Nalgene bottles, Camel pack, you know, not Camel pack, but your Camelback bottles. A lot of them are going to this universal size, which is really cool. So, and then obviously my sleeping bag, that's like a 40-degree. Now if it's really cold, I'll pack this Sea to Summit Thermalite reactor, and this will cut 25 degrees off of that, so it'll turn my 40-degree bag into a 15-degree bag, so it makes things a little bit nicer. I mean, that's a decent bag. It's a rectangular bag. I don't like the mummy bags because it restricts me too much, but that's a North Face synthetic fill, which is pretty decent. Here's the Thermarest. It's a full-size long one, standard long. Just slip that inside of the rectangular bag, sleeping bag, and it really helps keep it from shifting around inside the hammock. So, other than that, I mean, I got Dingo, my dog. He usually goes with me. This is his little Kelty backpack over there. I'll put food in there for him. And then, obviously, my clothes aren't in this, but I typically wear, like, some BDU pants and a decent shirt, and then pack like a decent warm, like, nighttime jacket or something, like a fleece or whatever, depending on the weather and whatever it's going to be. But usually I don't pack but one pair of pants, and just try to hike smart and not get damp clothes, you know what I mean? That's just going to kill your trip. And then I pack everything else down into this compression sack right here, which keeps it all compressed really well. And then I absolutely love these new boots. Well, they're new, this pair, but I've had a pair just like them before. And they're the Basque. They're bad to the bone, comfortable, really supportive, super dry, and breathable. So, anyways, I mean, that's pretty much it. My backpack is kind of just standard. It's nothing real fancy. It's just a Swiss gear. But, I mean, tons of storage compartments on it. Lots of little gear slings and all that stuff on it. And, just go with the flow and like to set up my pack. But, like I said, I'm going to try and do part 2 to this and show you what my campsite looks like. And I think you guys are going to be really excited about that. Thanks for watching. See you soon.